What's up, everyone, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 15 and Day 68 of my challenge. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it's been 68 days, and I'll be the first to tell you, I'm kind of over it. I'm burning out, but that's okay. So what do I have planned today as far as the challenge is concerned? I am decluttering. If you have ever had to declutter more than one room, you already know that's a level of movement. I think already, because it's 3 o'clock my time, I'm close to 600 steps. Granted, I've been like in the same spot, but lifting, pulling, sorting, that's a level of movement. Doesn't mean that I won't walk today, because I probably will still take a walk. The other day, my husband and I took this walk. We turned to the left out of our driveway versus the right. We ended up taking this nice loop around. And so I can see us like decluttering and then taking a walk at the end of all of this. We just finished eating our lunch and we are like back into the decluttering mode. As far as my paper, what do I have going on today? So exciting news. Last night, I had a moment while I was working on the paper that basically, I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but okay, so I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but y'all know I've been working on chapter 3 for like the last, I think, 2-3 weeks since Thanksgiving, basically, because I finished chapter 2. And I'm like looking over my notes, reading and everything, and all of a sudden it just dawned on me like, oh, I know what exclusion means. And I'm like looking over the notes going, why was this so hard for me to do? And it wasn't so much that it was hard to do or to understand. I just think the fact that I have a whole full-time job and I teach and, life, that my, like, just having that weight lifted off and not having to worry about, okay, let me get everything set up for class. Let me make sure I have my students' grades done. Making sure that, I advise students, like all these different layers of things that I need to be able to do my job successfully. And just having to not have to worry about any of that until January 6th, it like freed my mind, literally. All of a sudden, like everything my chair had said the week prior, she's like, you can do this. This is so easy. It's not that hard. Which in the grand scheme of things, it's not that hard. But it can be hard if you're a creative person like myself, or like, yeah, creative person like myself. I just sometimes I find that it's hard to be creative or to understand things when I have other things kind of taking up space in my mind. And so I'm like, okay, I need to write like in warp speed between now and next Thursday. And I know it's going to happen because all of a sudden things are clicking and they're making more sense to me. And I like what Dee said to me over at Lashure TV. She was like, it doesn't help when you already have like basically your own pressure on yourself. You already know how you are creatively. And then to have someone else kind of nagging in your ear, like, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, that's an unnecessary stress. And I know that I'm the person, like, when I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. You don't have to worry about me in terms of whether or not I'm going to do it. It will get done. It just may not happen in your timeline. It's going to happen in my timeline because I'm the one that's actually doing the thing, if that makes sense. So I was having that moment of just clarity. I'm like, I can do this. I can type my data analysis. I can write this summary. Like all of a sudden it just clicked. And then it made me think about this other student that my chair kept sharing about how they got through like all their chapters and like 3 classes or something crazy. Like they did it in warp speed. And I'm just like, but what did they have going on in their life? That's the catch. Because for those of you that are working full time, have a family, have responsibilities, and then you have like this other huge responsibility, like it's hard to not so much find a balance, but make sure that you give that same energy to this bigger project that you have. And it almost, like for me, it feels like the paper just was like such a doom and gloom. Like I gotta write. I gotta write. What am I gonna do? What if I don't get this figured out? And it's just team too much, basically. So I don't know. That was just kind of a, I don't know, an aha moment I was having last night, that I was like, oh yeah, I can coast through this paper now. This is not an issue. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to get done. But for whatever reason, I honestly was feeling like I was hitting a wall, and I would keep reading the stuff. I would keep doing revisions. I would keep doing what I need to do. But I was really struggling to just write these other sections. But I'm like, that's part of the process. That is part of the process. I'm like, anybody that I've talked to that has like been seeking a doctorate, whether they work or they're not working, and they're able to just focus on school, you hit these writer blocks. Like, that's what it is. And you kind of don't know that you've hit it until all of a sudden, like I said last night, I was like, oh, I can do this. This is not an issue. And then I realized, like, oh, I hit a block. For those of you that have ever trained for like a half marathon or marathon, they talk about how you can train, but sometimes in your training, you hit a wall. And no matter how hard you try to jog through that wall at mile marker 20 or mile marker like 12, when your body hits that wall, it hits the wall. There's not much you can do except like, okay, I'm have to walk, I'm have to crawl until I get out of that wall. And I feel like in this 68 days, there's been great progress, because I did finish chapter 2 and I've entered into chapter 3 and I'm primarily done with it. But when I think about this whole journey of this entire paper, I feel like I've just been hitting the wall, one wall after another. And in someone else's eyes, it's like, you're just dragging your feet. You're not doing this. And I'm like, it's not that I'm not. I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand what's going on. And I don't think you want to understand. Because if you did, you would be more empathetic and trying to figure out how to help me overcome that wall, versus comparing me to other students and telling me that I'm dragging my feet. It's counterproductive. Like, honestly, it's just counterproductive. So I feel reprieve, that I believe I am over the wall and I can just keep cranking. So I know between now and like next Saturday, when we get ready to leave, that I will be done with chapter 3. And this is going as I planned originally, which was to be done with chapters 1 through 3 by Christmas. That's what it is. And so I feel like when I come back from the holidays and I dive into chapter 4, I'll feel fine. And I'll be ready to go, because I took that break from this paper and I could basically focus and dive in. And I know that's what's going to happen. I'm still going to walk the stage in May. I know it, because I can get through chapter 4. I just know it. If I can get through 2 chapters in 75 days, I'm confident I can get through chapter 4 in less than 75 days. Actually, I know I can do it in less than 2 months. Let's be real. I know that can happen. So we'll see. I'm excited. We're checking right along. As far as Christmas stuff for today, trying to think, I'm going to put the gift packs together, because I have to get them together today. So you guys will see a clip of that. And then I know y'all are going to be anxiously waiting to hear about the Symphora, Ulta versus Symphora at this point. Let's be honest. And if you ask me, Ulta's been winning this game, even though it's only 12 days. But Symphora, y'all ain't been winning. Y'all been losing the whole time. And when y'all hit me with the top coat last night, no, it wasn't the top coat. It was the emery board. No. Actually, all the stuff has just hit me. Let's be real. But I'm just like, y'all should have just called it a nail kit, because that's what y'all did. 4 days of nail stuff. Come on now. And you don't even give me like, y'all could have at least put 3. Anyways. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. I got to keep decluttering. I'm sure my better half is like, really? How long is this video going to take? So anyways, Talk to y'all later. All right, what's up, everyone? All right, I'm about to do like 2 back-to-back recordings, maybe even 3, because I think I'm really off on my Avid Day calendar. So as I keep saying at the beginning of every video, I'm ahead of schedule. So I need to do day 15 of the moving lights for Sephora and day 3 of Ulta, but I also need to give a travel tip. So here's travel tip for Vlogmas day 15. If you have, I would say, a tablet or e-reader or books, these are all great things to keep you entertained, especially on long flights. I actually had an e-reader. I'm in the process of decluttering quite a bit of my house. And the running joke is my husband's like, if you find that e-reader, it better not leave your side. Not like he's threatening, but he was like, for you to have had it for such a short period of time, it really annoys me to no end. I honestly think I left it on the train. I'm convinced I put it in the back pocket, which brings me to my other point. Like, if you put things in the back pocket of a plane or a train or a car, please make sure you remember a way to, like, some sort of trigger in your mind that you want to remember to grab that item when you get off of the train, the bus, or whatever you're getting on. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get this Ulta one done. So Ulta, the 12 Days of Beauty, and it's 12 pieces of beauty Avid calendar, and it's Joy Bright. Brought to you by Joy Bright. And so far, Ulta has been winning the ultimate competition between Sephora. And if you're new here, I will try not to keep explaining this in every video because I just feel kind of bad. Actually, we're on day 4. I'm sorry, guys. But basically, I have a 12-day calendar with Ulta, and I have a 24-day calendar with Sephora. You'll understand here shortly. So far, the items from Ulta have been winning every single time. So let's see, what do they give me? Okay. Gel eyeliner. Okay. What color is it? Does it tell me? I'm assuming it's black. I personally don't wear eyeliner. I've said this like 1,000 times. This is black. So I'm actually going to throw this in with the giveaway. I don't wear eyeliner because I had eye surgery on both eyes, and I try to do anything to avoid rubbing my eyes because, not that I went through a lot to have the surgery, but yeah, in my mind, I went through enough to have 2 eye surgeries within less than 6 months apart from each other. So, you all, Miss D, or anyone else that's trying to get into the giveaway, this Joy Bright Gel Black Eyeliner will be included. So I think that's pretty cool. And if you missed the other ones, we have lip mask, which I plan to keep for myself. We also have a matte lip cream, which I might throw this in too, Miss D. I think I might, because realistically, I'm like, am I really going to wear this? The thing is I really enjoy like lip color, lip balm, all of it. And I don't really need like another lip thing. And if I had to choose between this or this, I am going to go with this because I think the lipstick is going to go great to wear on Zoom. So that's what I have. All right, so now we have day 15 of Sephora Moving Lights. This is our favorite Avid Day calendar. I'm being facetious. It's not really my favorite. It's actually been a disappointment. I'm just going to say it, but here we go. Here's day 15 right here. I'm going to poke a hole in this and see what we got. What is this? Okay, coconut foot mask. All right, I don't think that's terrible. That's not bad. That's actually a decent one. I mean, at this point, it makes sense because you're doing all this nail care stuff. You might as well have a foot mask. If you wonder why I say this, let's see. We have white polish, we got top coat. We also have nail art. You can file those toenails at this point. And just in case you have, what is it? The foot spa, just go on ahead and throw some bubbles in there for yourself. That way your feet feel nice and, exfoliated. And while you're sitting there soaking your feet, go ahead and put on this watermelon quenching, plumping effect mask. And when you're done, put some patches underneath your eyes through those dark circles. Cleanse your skin. And my favorite item out of the whole, I don't know, 24 days, 15 days, are the tweezers. And, oh, I dropped it. Can't forget the red lip liner. I mean, who's to say there might be like a red lipstick in all of this? Then I would probably fight Miss D and be like, can I keep the lipstick? You get the liner. And then, of course, the star of the whole thing was or is Miss Sylvia. So, again, for those of you that are new, I would advise you to go back and watch my videos. But when Miss Sylvia popped out, I don't even remember what day it was. I was just so shocked that they had enough nerve to put a metallic, like, scrunchie. And so the running joke is, I never wore scrunchies. I have locks. I still don't wear scrunchies. And even when Miss D was like, oh, you can do this and that, I'm like, truthfully, I'm not a scrunchie person, but I know that there are people out there that love them and they use them. And for me, I would just be keeping Miss Sylvia around as like a reminder of how frustrated I am about this box. And I don't need a reminder. I am totally the person that's like, pay it forward, gift items to people that want them. Like, just pay it forward. You don't have to keep everything. So yeah, that's my take on it. So anyways, that's day 15 and day 4 of Ulta. That's day 15 of Vlogmas. So I'm going to actually turn this off. So have a good day. Have a good night. You're going to see me in the same ensemble because I got to do day 16 of Vlogmas also. Anyways, well, day 16 of our Avid Day calendar. So, all right. I will catch you guys on the next video. Take care.